Let's work on the words that we worked on today in class and try to clarify a little bit more in case you have any questions. Number one, interim review. Interim review. During the interim review, auditors assess the company's financial statements to ensure accuracy. Interim review. During the interim review, auditors assess the company's financial statements to ensure accuracy. Attestation engagement. In an attestation engagement, the auditor provides a report of the reliability of specific financial information provided by the company. An attestation engagement, in an attestation engagement, attestation, it's like the cat, attestation engagement. In an attestation engagement, the auditor provides a report of the reliability of specific financial information provided by the company. Number 3, ethical and independence requirements. Ethical and independent requirements. The company must adhere to strict ethical and independence requirements to avoid conflicts of interest. The company must adhere to strict ethical and independence requirements to avoid conflicts of interest. Number 4, misstatements and internal control deficiencies. Misstatements and internal control of deficiencies. Due to a misstatement in the financial reports and a significant internal control deficiency, the company's revenue was overstated by $500,000. Due to a misstatement of the financial reports and the significant internal control deficiency, the company's revenue was overstated by $500,000. Another sentence in here, the audit uncovered several misstatements and internal control deficiencies that needed to be addressed to ensure accurate financial reporting. The audit uncovered several misstatements and internal control deficiencies that needed to be addressed to ensure accurate financial reporting. And again, try to think of deficiencies, misstatements. And the difference between fish, fish versus fish. We don't want E. We don't want that. We want it fish. Fit, limit, it, sit. Very good. Fraud. Stop D. Fraud risk. So both the D and the K in these two words are stop consonants. Fraud risk. Auditors assess fraud risk to determine the likelihood of fraudulent activities affecting the financial statements. Auditors assess fraud risk to determine the likelihood of fraudulent activities affecting the financial statements. Number 6, preliminary. Preliminary. In the preliminary stages of the audit, I gathered initial information and the scope of the work. In the preliminary stages of the audit, I gathered initial information and the scope of the work. Preliminary. I'm going to go through the words one more time to try to clarify in case any questions. Interim, 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 interim review. Attestation, engagement. Attestation, engagement. Ethical and independence requirements. Ethical and independence requirements. Independence. Misstatements and internal control deficiencies. Misstatement and internal control, control. Always try to remember that L in the back, that dark L that we talk about. We have to say control. Otherwise, it will sound like control, and that's not correct, right? Control. Deficiencies. Defish, right? The short vowel sound, deficiencies. Fraud risk. And the last one, preliminary. I hope this helps. Take care.